the netcat tool in Unix just echo the value, the timestamp of the value, pipe it to netcat, and you can see actually, yeah, well, entering some data, you can test and you can learn about graphic because at the beginning it's really hard to grasp. And then what happens when you have a lot of statistics, a lot of metrics, a lot of noise, and it becomes kind of slow. So what Etsy did, I don't know if you know Etsy, which is a really big web page where people sell stuff they handcraft. Well, they're one of the biggest websites on the internet, and they created a dynamo, which is called StatsD, that runs also at the same time that Carbon. And what it does is you send the stats to StatsD, and it aggregates them and sends them in blocks to Carbon, so you don't have to keep adding Carbon. And there's also an alternative to StatsD, which is written originally in Node.js and runs in JavaScript. It's not as fast as StatsD, which is the alternative, which is written in C. It is about 1,000 times faster than StatsD. It's really amazing. And the guy behind StatsD is also really helpful. I've talked with him a couple of times over email about that I had about StatsD, and you have a couple of links here if you want to check them. So the hard part, the part Fernando asked about platforming. This is how it looks. Here there are about 180 devices where we have the platform for the past month. This was kind of hard to do, right? Right now, what you have to do is plug the device in the PC, enable ADB over USB manually on the device, launch a script on the PC, enter the ID of the device you are using, and you have to wait a bit for the script to do its thing. But basically, it installs all of the software, all of the stuff, all the certificates. It does most of the job for you. And basically, what you have to check them is if the device has ping, if you can have SFTP access, SSH access, if everything is working correctly. And inside, what's doing this platform script is doing a lot of different stuff. First thing it does is install SuperSU and an XML file, which is the way SuperSU stores its settings, which tells SuperSU basically that our applications always have root access. Whatever we want to do, SuperSU will always let us do it and never prompt for permissions. And then we install BusyBox, which is the toolset that provides us with a lot of Unix tools that Android doesn't usually have. And then install Dropbeer SSH, which is a kind of SSH client which was modded out of a real SSH server. And it made it into a CyanogenMod mod, but it's kind of buggy sometimes. And one of the problems Dropbeer SSH has is during its installation, it installs the SFTP subsystem. Well, the SFTP subsystem basically is whenever you do this, like connect to an SFTP thing, and you get an error because by default SFTP uses this command line interpreter, which is in this path, but Dropbeer SSH actually installs it here, system, xdm, blah blah blah. So what we do on start, we create a symbolic link here, and it works. And you can work around this. We have during the symbolic link, if we use specify the SFTP subsystem and the command line, but if you use a regular SFTP client like File or whatever, you won't be able to specify that parameter. You won't be able to connect to the ones. That was also kind of hard to do. There are a couple of links to the tools we're using. And wow. And this is what happens when you're not prepared and think people do this like this, make fun of you. And it's like, this, and they take pictures and make fun of you, and that happens a lot on that signage. So we have to prevent this. What we do is just monitor whatever we can. We have this little navigators. I don't know if have you ever used navigators? Anybody in here? Yeah, it's an automated tool that runs a lot of checks on a lot of different devices. It checks for connectivity or whatever you want, because you can expand it and create plugins. And basically, this is a view of our devices about a month old. You can see there are devices that are offline, some are online, and what we have is great operations team. When they get alerts from managers, they will call the chef, hey, your devices are down. Have you electricity? Is the Wi-Fi down? Have you changed anything? Most of the times they have changed something, and we have to fix it. So if you don't do this, your devices are out there in the wild, and you cannot check if they're okay. So this is an example. You can extend managers and run plugins, and what you do is you create command-line scripts. I'm using PHP, where you can pick me outside if you want, or then using Python or Bash or whatever. And basically, what Nagios does is executes your script with an argument, like the IP of the host is checking, and maybe the name of the service is checking, and you give it to them a line which is going to use for this state, and an exit code, system exit code. If you exit with 0, that means that service is alright. 1 means warning, 2 means error. And right here you can see how Nagios renders this output. You can see there's a content check right here. The content of this device is out of date. This one is up to date. Here is checking for that SFTP access, and actually cool track. This tells us everything is still working and the devices are not with us. So I think that's about it. Well, you can actually send a big Nagios and generate an XML file, JSON file, whatever you want with checks for your devices, and you can write stuff like this. This is a map. This is from actually a different grade with the locations of the different SQL tables. I'm not the same as this map. You can see there are a couple of devices up there with some problems, and if you click here, you can see the last screen capture and rundown of the status of the device, which is pretty cool to give to a client. Hey, how's my stuff there? Check them out. So that's about it. Any more questions, Karen? Did you manage to break out of the information?
No, I have a question. If there is a reset button, like
you cannot touch the buttons. There's one of the roles. Because in the shop, you cannot touch it. Hey, just in time.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. I think.
Give him a round of applause.
I think that was a good. Oh, thank you. Whoa, there was supposed to be pizza. Sorry, that's not my fault.
Kebab, I guess.
Yeah, that's it.
In that case, no pizza for kebab.
Well, there's some snacks. I don't know if Bear wants to say anything else. I tried to skip that slide. Sorry. I tried.
You were fast enough, or Trigger.
Well, no luck.
No idea.
In that case, we were successful.
After that. First I was like,
yeah,
right, kind of brutal, right? But then I said to Valeria, maybe we have to be more gentle with it.
And you
And
managed.
it actually worked.
Yeah.
If you're gentle,
Yeah,
it works.
I got to that.
Got to that
Because
too.
women were more gentle.
So what does the mode imply actually? So it disables all the buttons.
Hey,
and
don't
What do we do?
no, the mode. This kind of mode means the phone is completely blocked.
Yeah, you're more completely right. You cannot break out of here.
For Amazon, for fast break.
Oh.
Tomorrow we break the news, or at stand up.
And if you insert an SD card?
You cannot insert an SD card. This is not prepared to give to a person and say, hey,
insert.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
suggesting to.
yeah, but I mean, this is actually developed just for the furniture
okay.
piece. It's in case there it came out with from there.
So the objective is that you tell the person you can lock your phone and nobody will be able to.
No, the objective is
steal
to
it.
have an electronic label, and one of the features of the electronic label is it's not interactive if you do not want to. That prototype we had at the beginning, it had a video and me touching and sliding. You could do that in the actual shop if they had a catalog with mobile phones and maybe different prices for the mobile phone, that kind of stuff. It's meant to be electronic label, electronic price tag for the device. It's not meant to be used like this on hands-on.
Also kind of like kiosk.
Yeah, it's like a kiosk mode. Yeah, kind of.
Pricey.
So
prices.
if,
No, the challenge was just for this dog. There's no challenge actually in the shop.
no, I understand, but what the objective of this is kind of to have a device that you say, okay, I don't want my children to see the.
No, the objective is not. It's not for regular customers. The objective was to build this table and have an electronic label, price tag, or whatever you want to call it. It's not meant to be outside of there. So the entire price was for that, for this to be static, always plug into the power socket and never runs out of battery. Always connected to the internet via the Wi-Fi the store the shop has. That was the objective. Not to build a product that you can sell as a kiosk application. That's not.
But with all the research you did, actually,
Do you think that was a lot of research?
no, I don't say a lot, but sometimes not a lot is enough.
Yeah,
It's
think
better than someone who has no clue.
I think it was enough research to make this part. Yeah, there are some areas that definitely could do some improvement. So, how about it? Did you like that
So
hole?
what's the pin code?
Yeah, I don't really code, so I get lost
Yeah, so you disconnected.
a little, but it seemed cool.
Have you seen all the cool ADB commands?
Maybe that was a bit.
But you know, we can use it actually. I remember. So I forgot
Screenshots.
about
The
Wi-Fi
screenshots you could do
debugging.
for
Yeah,
for the automatic test. Like if we run the test and we make a screenshot
But
after
the advantage is
1 minute.
Also,
If it's still there.
debugging via Wi-Fi. I had forgotten about that, but you can run the app without the cable.
Yeah, I heard. But someone.
Yeah,
But can you use many devices
you
at the
can
same
use
time?
as many as you want, but ADB has a problem. The ADB dynamo, because when you use the command line ADB, you are actually using that and a
I will
dynamo that is
translate from
running
geek.
is running on your operating system. There's also a dynamo running on the device, and the dynamo running on your end is not meant for production. So if you connect to maybe 3, 4, 5 devices, it starts to get really slow. Because I think when you are connected to devices, you maybe use devices and you get a list of devices. I think the ones that are connected over them, there may be some kind of traffic
I'm a bit slower than
repeatedly.
No, but I meant like, because we're working developing
is
apps,
kind of
and sometimes you have to connect
Sorry.
5 devices,
Yes.
the computer, well,
Yeah.
What
not
was
at the
your
same
like
time
background?
because it's,
Yeah,
now
you
there are so many
you can
USB
interact as many as
modes,
you
and
want.
so like I have to try this device and this device and like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
So this is
if you have
actually
if it's not Wi-Fi connection, you know the hardware address, the MAC address, and the address of each device, you can configure the network so your devices, every time they connect to the Wi-Fi, they have the same IP. You can have a list of them, and you can have a script connect to them and say, hey, connect to device number 1. And connect to that IP, whatever commands you want. Yeah, you can have as many devices as you want.
So we do that. So I only did it once. So can we have locked out
Yeah, you can have lock cat. I mean, whatever you do on Android over USB, you can do it over the same protocol, the exact same protocol. If you use the Android monitor tool I told you about, it's inside the platform, inside the tools directory of the Android SDK, you launch that and you see exactly that. It's actually an Eclipse environment, and you can see the lockcat from a device that you haven't even maybe deployed an application. Maybe it's a brand new device, you just enable ADB and plug it in and enable ADB over net, and you can spy and snip whatever you want. I mean, that's the way I told you before. Sometimes we have to disconnect the developer settings. So what we did was bring out the developer settings and activity to the screen that says right here, enable or disable developer settings. Then we use Android monitor, and we thought we would check how many activities do we have. And so we just saw the name, and use that whenever we so you can do whatever you want using ADB.
Yeah, I actually have a friend who does that.
Do you have
One of those
PowerPoint?
for something that
Yeah,
didn't
I'm going
used
to
exist
share it. I don't know if you got my Twitter handle. So if you check,
Like the shampoo?
it's okay. I do RSVP in the meetup, right? I post a message in the meetup with my Twitter and the slides.
Okay, so it's
I
downstairs.
do it as soon as
I went there and I said, I'm upstairs, what's going on here?
Yeah,
And
because
they
there's
said,
some
like, there's
tools
a
there that
How
I
did you
didn't
like it?
know.
Was it any good?
That's,
yes,
I'm sure it will
like
help us
shampoo.
because sometimes we're like, oh, connect this device, connect this one. There are like only 2 USB ports, so you cannot test at the same time.
So you speak Spanish.
Yeah,
Tito, where do you come from?
born in Poland, but came from Alemania.
How long has it been?
Since I was born, it was many years. Since I came here,
How old are you?
less than a year. Me? Many summers, many springs. 20, 28.
28? No, come on.
I want to speak.
Less.
Less?
Yeah.
See, I'm always young. Actually, can you?
Well, what do you think? 28? No, I'm 21.
You're 21! But you travel the world and it makes you more experienced. 21!
21.
You're just studying.
Yes.
We're still there, studying.
Really, I can't wait to be done.
Hello?
I can't wait to be done. Yeah.
You're still studying Chinese place?
No. Next year, so I have 1 year of internship
In China?
here in Paris, Paris, Europe.
So you have internship where?
I'm based in Paris.
You're based?
I will go home and see what tomorrow.
See. Just we have to check the slash dot or dot slash. Because he can both.
It's like that. It's like that.
Well, and the dot means a kind of.
Because normally you have to proceed with well, I usually proceed with the full package.
That means back from the base.
Yeah, you put package, slash, package again, dot activity.
So you started in Paris and then they sent you to China?
No, I'm based in Paris. I'm always in Paris. But then 4 days a week.
4 days a week.
3 weeks.
You fly to China
No. I go to Spain, Rome, or London.
for the internship.
For the internship. For business meetings.
So you study? The travel is not from the study.
From the internship. It's 5 years study between my last year. Before the year before my last year, I have 1 year where I don't study and I have
stupid practice.
Android, iPhone y BlackBerry.
Let's say practical.
Bueno, tiene que ser RMVC.
Okay. Oh my god.
¡Hombre! ¡Otra más! Lo que pasa es que Adobe no necesita esta, porque Adobe lo que hace es que dentro de la APK te mete el runtime, el INE, pero hay versiones que te permiten, o sea, hay formas de trabajar en APIs. Sería una APK para asegurar. Una APK, un IPA para iPhone o los de BlackBerry. Los BAUG que hay de tomar. De hecho, uno muy famoso también es el Kingdom no, ese es uno que es tipo Tower Defense. Este es uno que, vamos, pero esto lo ponen de pago, pero esto es vendido.
Tienes todo acceso.
Yo combino, hay ciertas cosas